Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the series Traveling to the Diamond World. My name is Alejandra Jasso, and I am your host for this series. First of all, I want to thank all of you for joining us today. I cannot believe that we are more than halfway through this 1-year challenge. Can you please put on the Zoom chat if you have meditated every single day this year? And if not, if you have meditated at least once a month using these amazing meditations. Yay, Christy, Rosalia, Tracy, Alexa. Nice. And the next question is, who have used the meditation timer in our platform and have faced some obstacles? I know some of you got extra minutes in your timer because you couldn't stop the meditation. I use supplemental timer. Nice. All right. We are very excited and honored to have today an amazing ACI teacher. He is one of the 3-year retreaters, the original 3-year retreaters. He's also the director of ALL, well known for preserving the ancient books around the world. And we were very lucky to have an hour of his agenda to give us this meditation. So I would like to introduce John Brady for this session. Yay, please show him some love and hearts. Open your camera and put a heart. Yay, thank you, Annalie. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. So, yeah, thank you all of you for joining us today. All right. I will close my camera and give the floor to John Brady. Thank you all for joining us today. All right. Sorry for that. It's me again. We are experiencing some delays with our teacher. So thank you for your patience. Meanwhile, let's use our time together. And who would like to share some insights or something that you have realized doing your meditation practice this year? I think if we share together, we can learn from each other. Who would like to be the first one? Don't be shy, don't be shy.
Okay, I won't be shy.
Yay!
I wanted to thank you in this program, Ale and Tim. Meditating for you has been so helpful to get my practice back strong. So I thank you so much for this opportunity to meditate for you and to rack up some minutes. And I hope we do it again next year.
Sure, we will. I think these are kind of the programs that we should keep it year after year. I can speak. Hola. I think two things help in the meditation. Doing the meditation for someone's sake and helping someone with their meditation. Yeah, that's true. Who else would like to share some insights about your meditation? Alexa? Alexa Diaz de Sandy? I know you are a fan of meditation. Don't be shy. Where are you? I put her on the spot.
Hello. Sorry, I cannot put my camera on, but I guess for me, meditation has helped me uh, have a clearer mind and to be able to connect with deeper levels than just what would appear to be my ordinary life of waking up, going to work, and just coming back home, I guess. It allows me to understand and connect with the deeper cause of why I'm serving the world.
Thank you, Alexa, for sharing. Who else would like to share some insights about what you have learned in your meditation practice this year? JV is having some difficulties with technology. We know that what that means, right? That will be an amazing class. So let's wait together. Who else would like to share? Lucy. We water seeds, of course. Okay, who likes to share? If no one, I will share. In the beginning of this year, I was very excited but afraid to commit to meditate for 1 year. And what happened is that suddenly when I share this challenge with my husband, that he don't meditate, don't do yoga, and he doesn't study Buddhism at all, he joined the challenge because he realized the benefit of the meditation. And something more cool is that he joined the meditation not for him to learn how to meditate. He joined the challenge because he wants to be an example for our little boy to meditate every day. So I think is one of the is one of the reasons why ACI doesn't stop, because we never know how we can transform other people's life. It could be with a meditation challenge. It could be with an ACI series, with a special classes, with a symposium. And our teacher is here.
Hi,
Hi,
are you?
Jimmy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm so late.
It's okay.
We're in today, and hold on one sec. Somebody's being admitted. Hi, but thank you for your patience, and I'm glad to both be here for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for teaching us today and for giving us some time to connect with each other. So
I'm excited to do this. I wanted to just tell you that before empty space meditation during our 3-year retreat was given to us by Geshe Michael on the last year of our time in 3-year retreat. And he highly suggested that we train ourselves in doing that meditation every day for the last year of our full 3-year retreat. So it became my favorite meditation for that period of time. And so we're very excited to share it with you today. And I thought maybe I'll give every one of you just a little bit of a beginning of the introduction before we start the meditation. Is that okay? I think it's good, right? Okay, good. So the Four Empty Spaces is a very ancient system of meditation from the Abhidharma Kosha, which is called the Treasure House of Higher Knowledge. And it was written in 250 to 300 AD. And it was really to begin to get our conceptual mind around the different kinds of space that you and I live with, sitting right now online in our chairs or on the floor. We're actually literally occupying a specific kind of space. Our body is occupying a specific kind of space. And in this practice of the four empty spaces, the training is that we experience two positive kinds of space and then two negative kinds of space. And it's so much fun to play in the conceptual nature of the idea of space and how we perceive space, because the part of the equation of this meditation is to lead all of us to understanding on a very deep level emptiness and the absence of something that is essentially the key to trick our mind into emptiness sometimes, to literally trick the mind and drop into the direct perception of emptiness. So the way I perceive the four empty spaces and how we proceed in the meditation is first distinguish what spaces are real. And that's one thing. We come to the determination that the last two spaces, number 3 and 4, are real space. They're actual, we define it as the negative space. And then the first two are positive space. So the first two are warm-ups. The first two spaces are the warm-up for us to get calm, clear, focused in the practice. And then the third and fourth space, which I'll direct you through, that's where we start to play in the world of emptiness. that's where we start to conceptualize two forms of space that are negative space. And this is where it gets so interesting, because the third space is really to understand a deeper understanding of dependent origination. And then the fourth space is to understand how you and I create every single atom in our reality, every single part of our reality. And it deals with the conceptual ideas of beginningless time, beginningless consciousness, beginningless emptiness. So it's a very deep, deep meditation. And so, and we can play in that world, you see, and get a more realistic sense of what we're trying to achieve in understanding emptiness. And potentially it could trigger the direct perception of emptiness if we get good at it. And that's what I like about it. And so we'll take a little time now to actually, let's take the time now to do the meditation, and then we'll have Q&A after that, if that works. Question and answer after that. Sound good? All right. And we have an hour, right? 1 hour or an hour? Okay. Can we go over maybe a little bit?
Yes,
Maybe.
of course.
Okay, good. Okay, maybe a few minutes over, because I was late and oh, something just happened, Tim. Okay, am I still on? Yes. You have been signed out because your account. Okay. Okay, good. All right. So I'm gonna set you up to get comfortable wherever you're sitting. And I'm in a beautiful place, a very quiet place in a hotel room area in France. So if you're sitting in a chair, let's go through the 7-point posture. Take your shoes off. That's not in the 7-point posture. Get comfortable. You've got to get comfortable. No shoes. If you want to take your socks off, if you're wearing socks, do that too. And then get the feeling of the earth under your feet. You know, get the feeling that you're grounding yourself in the gravity of the planet, and it's a way of, you know, being more grounded in our practice. So, and then work up through the lower body. And the first thing that I like to tell everyone is, can you pull the tummy inward? Tuck the tummy gently inward. And that helps you get your lower back more upright. You get the lower back to actually, you know, not be slouching. And that's important. You want to make sure that the lower back is not slouching down. You want to have that structure. And by pulling in the tummy toward the backbone, something shifts structurally in your body. And it may even open your shoulders. Now, we'll do a little bit of a different order. Take your hands and think about where you're going to place your hands in the chair. And I like to put my hands this way sometimes instead of this way. So play with this. This is all a scientific experiment. So see which one works for you, because it helps with the shoulders staying open and not too stressed. And then position the hands according to the length of our arms, right? So we have to see on the top of our thighs where it's best to place the hands for you. And then the next thing that I always do is I roll my shoulders up and back and down a few times just to relax, because so much of our stress lands up in the areas of our shoulders. And then the chin should be parallel to the floor, not up, not down, always parallel. And then we try to relax our lips, our eyes, and our forehead. We try to relax the face. And most importantly, I think, is the idea that on the top of our crown, we imagine a tiny, tiny little thread, and it's tugging up. It's tugging us upward, just gently. And then, of course, our eyes. I was trained for years in the Zen Buddhist meditation tradition before I met Geshe Michael, and we were trained to keep our eyes a little bit open at the beginning of the meditation. It just kind of gets us more calm, so we're not spinning off into past or present or future. It just calms the mind. And then what I find is that my eyes will automatically close when I finally choose the object of my practice. And then the breath. And the breath is key. So it'll be our first object before we begin the meditation, the breath. So for 2 minutes, we're going to follow our breath. So exhale and inhale, and we'll count to 10 for 3 rounds of 10. And I'll begin to play with you in the counting of the breath, just to start our rhythm of the breath. And one important point, the last opportunity to move is now. Adjust right now for the final time, and then begin to say to yourself, I am not going to move for 30 minutes. No matter what, if I have an itch on my forehead, I am not going to touch my forehead. Let's begin the breath. Exhale, inhale 1. Exhale, inhale 2. Exhale, inhale 3. Exhale, inhale 4. Begin the count on your own. Remember, if the mind takes you on your story, go back to 1 and start all over again. If you forget the count, go back to 1. We're going to take a minute and a half before we start the real meditation, counting our breath. focus on the parts of our body that feel a little bit tight or uncomfortable and breathe into those areas of the body. Begin the final count of 10 breaths now. Now let's enter the four empty space meditation. Let's enter the first one. Imagine yourself on a perfect summer day. Not too hot, not too cool. The sun is shining. The blue sky surrounds us. No clouds in the sky. We settle down in a perfectly comfortable, cool grass field. Laying on our backs, feeling the coolness of the earth. All of us have memories of laying on the grass when we were kids, maybe, looking up at the sky. It's a vast horizon from east and west and north and south. And you're just looking into the beautiful blue sky. There's nothing around us to be disturbed. This is a way of relaxing the mind and body. There's just a moment here of nothing is in the mind except pure enjoying the blue sky, the cool breeze, the comfort of laying on our back on a summer day. Even imagine that you've taken your shoes and socks off and you feel the beauty of the coolness of the grass on your feet, on your hands and arms. a worryless state of mind, the mere pleasure of blue. Your eyes absorbing the beauty of a blue sky. As the sun begins to deep into the horizon, the sky begins to change to a lighter blue color. And minute by minute, you start to see the disappearance of blue altogether. We enter the second empty space. Still lying on the grass, still enjoying the beautiful transition from deep blue into twilight as the sun descends below the horizon. Those different colors of transition suddenly darken. The sky becomes black. Our eyes adjust to the sky. And suddenly we see the first star that appears above us. Behind a sheet of blackness, the dark sky. And then we see slowly our eyes adjusting to more stars. They're like diamonds, hanging in dark black sky, with massive distance between them. It's the magic of the nighttime sky in front of us now. Multiple stars, endless stars, infinite galaxies. We're experiencing our galaxy, one of billions of galaxies. The nighttime sky. Black sky. White diamonds. Think of that one or two stars you're looking at and remember it took millions of years for the light to reach your eyes right now. Millions of years to reach your experience of that star. Feel that there's maybe a sense of expansion of the mind. The infinite nature of the universe. The stars you see now is just a small sliver of the universe in all its magnificence. Now let's enter the third space. The sky is magnificent, black, and countless stars appearing to you, laying in the grass. The third space is the first direct understanding of the idea of a negative space. I want you to get in touch with the space that you're occupying on the grass. The body is actually being placed in space, allows you to be lying on the grass. And then just for a few seconds, roll out of that space and roll a little bit further out of that space, and then roll back into that space on the grass. It's available to us. It's being occupied by your body. It allows you and I to be. I'll tell you what it's not like. When you roll out of that space and then you roll back into the space on your back, it is not like entering a bathtub full of water. It is not like when you enter the bathtub full of water and perhaps you filled it too much. When you enter the bathtub, the water is forced out of the bathtub and over the sides of the bathtub by your body occupying the water. It is not the space that you're occupying now. It is not that kind of space. We can measure the space. Conceptually, we can longitudinally and latitudinally measure the space you're occupying. Get a sense of the space you're occupying that has not been pushed away, but you indeed absorb around you, inside you, a conceptual form of space. You haven't pushed anything away. You enter the space. It's not separate. We can perhaps just slightly and subtly get a sense of that space in you. This is a very interesting place, the third space. The third space allows you and I, which is we're a positive thing. We're a changing thing. It lets you and I, as a positive changing thing of body and mind, to actually embrace a negative space, a negative thing called space, unchanging. Let's move on to the final fourth space. You're laying in the grass, occupying the space on the grass. The stars are brilliant and lovely. Imagine in the distance is a mountain range now. Perhaps right behind you is a beautiful stream flowing. You can hear the water splashing on the rocks. Also, there are beautiful trees, healthy trees, rooted in the ground, absorbing the waters within the soil, the nutrients within the soil. Those nutrients travel up the trunk of these trees and branches and then create the leaves that breathe. The leaves constantly breathing in and out. The life force of the tree is dependent on these systems of causes. The water element is sustaining the health of the tree, the nutrients of the soil, all working. The tree is inhaling and exhaling oxygen and nitrogen. And the mountains, caused by volcanic eruptions and lava flowing throughout rivers that suddenly harden and 1 billion years later create rigid, silent, beautiful mountain peaks, perhaps with snow on the tops. These trees, these rivers, these beautiful mountains, the black sky with stars illuminating your eyes. Where did they come from? Billions of years in the making. All of the above came from your seeds. You created the mountains. You created the streams, the trees, the grass, the stars, the blackness. Your seeds experience this right now from beginning this time. The billions of years that you and I experience now in these new forms of life all around us. You created it all. that we understand the causes of trees dependent on water, sunshine, nutrients. We understand the causes of snow-peak mountains creating rivers that we enjoy, and the life that absorbs the water, the animals, the fish, the insects, the humans. Let's now think about the causes of those causes. Where would they come from? What are the causes of those causes? Your seeds right now are creating a mental image of this total environment that you created, you yourself, through infinite time and space. Now I'm going to snap my fingers, and as soon as you hear the snap, the mental image of these beautiful images disappear and drop away. For a brief moment, the screen is blank. We know every aspect of creating our world is based on mental images. Seeds planted to perceive things in certain ways, unique to your own karmic seeds. If we dissolve and take away the mental image, what is left is a blank white screen. Come back to the grass. Come back to you lying in the grass. Feel the gravity pulling you to the earth. Come back to your breath. Open your eyes to the blue sky. And take a stretch. There are two versions, and this is the first version I was taught by Geshe Michael in retreat. New version is part of the DCI level 7 meditation course in touching the diamond world. And we can maybe do the other one some other time. I like the first one because I got used to it in my retreat time. But both are slightly different. The fourth space, both are exactly the same purpose. He just does a different spin on the last part of the fourth space. And you see, part of the fourth space is to trick you to know that you created every component of the current reality we experience as humans. But if we take it away and we take that mental image away, what's left? And it's an absence, you see. it's an absence of the seeds pausing before we project onto a blank screen, which is our essential experience of our world. And on a good day, it could trick you into dropping away and dissolving into the direct procession of emptiness. So that point is the third and fourth space are the real essentials to get used to. The first two spaces are to relax the day, our past, our future. It keeps us focused in the moment. Yeah. And I did it for 27 minutes. We should do it a little longer in the real meditation at home. I would spend 45 minutes on a meditation like this. You want to give your mind the opportunity to maybe get the feeling of that third and fourth space. It's really interesting because you can sometimes get a subtle taste that the space is not something that we pushed away, that it's actually, inseparable from us. And it really has to do with how, as a positive thing, you and I can, completely interlace ourselves with a negative thing called emptiness, which is a negative thing. This is one component that we can think about in the future. But I can open up to questions if you like.
Thank you, JB, for a wonderful meditation. Please, we invite you to ask questions. You can type it in the chat, or you can open your microphone and ask the question to JB. We have one question from Ola. It is considered the meditation where we reach the 9th level of meditation?
It's not exactly the same, no. The idea of those levels of meditation is actually experiencing the various realms of existence, the form and formless realm systems, which in a way we have to explore in that kind of meditation. But the real deal in that meditation is what? Meeting your teacher, right? It's meeting the teacher. So you're literally traveling through these form realms and formless realms of existence in the meditation visualization to reach, I think Geshe Michael calls, is it what is he called? The American breakfast floor. He always likes to go, when he used to go to Kiev, there was a hotel that on the 10th floor is where you got a real American breakfast. And that's the floor where you meet your teacher. And you understand deeply that it's not a coincidence, number one, that you met this teacher 10 years ago, 3 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever. That's the Dalian's play is about the dependent origination that you created a teacher like Geshe Michael or whoever your teacher is. It has to do with the causal nature of how you created that teacher. That's one thing that it's about. That seeds are endlessly creating our reality as we speak right now on this live stream. We're creating remarkably good seeds, I think. So there's a lot to say about that. That's an amazing, the Lions Dance is an amazing experience. And we should be doing that too occasionally, not to forget that Lions Dance. People had amazing experiences at Diamond Mountain with that teaching.
Thank you, JB. The next question is from Brian Mendoza.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Thank you for joining us. When thinking of a blank white screen, feels we are meditating on a positive object. Is there another analogy we can use to grasp a more negative idea?
Yeah, I mean, when we say the blank white screen at the end, Brian, it's really almost like you're not experiencing a blank white screen. You would literally be in the direct perception of emptiness at that moment, you see. There wouldn't be a self-existent object. But to explain that point where the mental image and everything around us completely are absent, Geshe Michael uses the analogy of a blank white screen. There's two different screens, but this is the direct perception of emptiness. So I should have said that the second white screen is what we're talking about. And that second white screen is the metaphor for dropping into the direct perception of emptiness, which you're completely within the experience of ultimate reality. There's absolutely no external dialogue or no external experience. It can't be that way. You can't have a dual relationship with conventional reality, and ultimately it's impossible. So it's a metaphor for emptiness, the direct perception.
Thank you. Here's another question. This is from a Telegram chat. I have a question regarding a meditation practice. If I am following meditations of traveling to the diamond world, but I am also taking ACI course 8, and we have to do meditations there. And also in Lamrim 44, Geshe Michael advised meditating on the 18 advices. So I am a little bit confused on how to go. Do we have to make a separate, what should we do? What should we focus on?
Yes, we were talking about this question today at lunch, actually, that it was going to come up. And I think it's really important we talk about it. Look, I've been, hanging out in ACI, DCI, Diamond Mountain for a bunch of years. And Counting is on the call. She can attest to this. We have like 400 to 500 meditation systems that have been taught to us. I'm being dead serious. In the 25 years or more that I've been around, there's no less than 300, and that's not an exaggeration. There are Diamond Way meditations, there are Lojong meditations, there are Madhyamika Pratyabhika meditations, there are Tonglen variables. There's so much. I think, and this is a kind of a leap for us, that we have to try these meditations out. And it really is what begins to resonate for you that gets your mind to a single pointed focus and hopefully some kind of visceral sense of pleasure that this thing goes away. Like in a good meditation, this beautiful instrument goes away. Even in a good meditation, you don't breathe. You don't have to breathe. Every cell in your body absorbs oxygen without us breathing. So in a good meditation, you start to get a sense, this is working for me. And you have to trust that for yourself. You have to kind of say, I'm going to stick with this for a week and a half, or let me go deeper into this meditation because what every meditation is attempting for us to contact is not, it's the subtle mind and body. It's a different mind and body. And we have to get single point of concentration in order to get there. And there are different results from different kinds of meditations. So analytical review, we know the meditational categories. So I think there has to be a sense of trust that, okay, I'll do, take the menu of meditations and then don't get overwhelmed by, I have to do all these meditations. Give yourself 3 months, check them out, and then bring them down, funnel them down to 3 or 4 max. And then play in that world of 2 or 3 or 4 meditations because you've given yourself the time to explore them. Otherwise, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And you don't want to feel that because it'll self-defeat the purpose of getting on the cushion. You'll feel like it's too much. And honestly, every day you get on the cushion, you're going to have a different feel for what the day is going to be like for that meditation. I don't know if that's your experience, but it is mine that our minds and our body are different every morning or evening when we practice. And that has a gauge to what to do. There are days where I just breathe for 20 minutes. I can't do anything else, honestly. It's true. And then there are days where you could poke me and I wouldn't be disturbed. And so there, the choices have to be not overanalyzed. Trust what you feel is attracted to you to do. And don't get, don't do a different meditation every day. Do a meditation at least for like 5 or 6 times consecutively. Learn it. It may not be giving you results that you want, but learn it because it takes 4 or 5, 10 times. 10 times is the best to explore the meditation, see the result. It's giving you, and just remember, there's not a single negative in meditation. The moment you get on the cushion and decide to sit, even if it's breath, for 20, 30, 50 minutes, the world is better off for you doing it. And you're better off for doing it. There's no such thing as a bad meditation. Don't judge yourself. I beg you, don't judge. This was a terrible day. I didn't do anything on the cushion. No such thing. The act of truth is getting our butt on the cushion or sitting in the chair. That's all. If we've done it and you don't spin a judgment on yourself, the world is better. It's a better place. You stopped the mind, maybe only for a minute, misperceiving who you are and what the world is like. You stop that mind, and that's all you need to know. And that's honestly, that's just like, don't ever do a heavy, I couldn't do anything on the cushion today. So what? You sat there and you did it, and your legs hurt and you did it, and you had 150 things to do and you did it. That breaks the pattern of countless lifetimes. I'm telling you, it just breaks the pattern. So there's never not a bad meditation.
Thank you, JV, for this answer. I have one last question that is very important, and is on behalf of the 244 participants who are here in this call. Could you please come back and teach us the deeper version of this meditation?
Yeah, it's my honor to teach you. I would love to do that, and we can do it for sure. Sometimes you have to kind of don't be polite, just push, okay, a little bit more, because it's busy out here, but just push me and I'm there. I promise I'll come back.
Yay. Thank you so much. We are very honored to have you here and to share some of your time with all of us. Please come back and please stay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone who joined us today. Thank you, translators. Thank you, tech team. Thank you, the marketing team, for helping us to share this amazing class to the world. And see you next time.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.